We're going to talk to licensed professional counselor, administrator of the project for, I don't know why I just can't talk this morning, but he is a project specialist and administrator at Community Counseling Center. Kyle Schott joining me now on the live line. Kyle, I didn't sleep last night, so sorry about that.
That's okay. I have trouble with my words every day, Fawn.
I might need some therapy. All right, so we've got a Hope Squad program coming to schools. Now, some people are going to think this is some sort of indoctrination type program. You know where people's minds go. That's not what you're doing, right?
No, the Hope Squad is a nationally recognized program. It actually originated in Utah after one of the schools there had a series of suicides over several years, and their administrator, the superintendent of the school district, became very, very frustrated to think that we're losing children to suicide. So he developed a program, and this was several years ago, I think in the early 2000s, that became the development of Hope Squad. And what Hope Squad is it is a student leader peer-led program where your students who are the ones that the other students go to talk to, right? The ones that are kind of the leaders and they feel safe with. And then you take those kids and you teach them the skills of what to do when your peers aren't doing well. You know, how to show empathy towards your peers, how to be a good listener, and then help give them the leadership skills to know when do we need to take this issue to an adult, and it's okay to go talk to an adult about it.
Well, your kids are going to tell their friends stuff long before they're going to tell you.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what it is. I mean, this is already happening. Mm-hmm. Kids are already talking to kids, right? Yep. So why don't we give the kids who are trusted the skills to know what to do when this happens?
Right.
So
because sometimes, not to interrupt, but I have questions. So
sure.
When I was a kid, I was the person everybody came to. I don't know why. I don't know if I had a Lucy sign that said open for business on my forehead. I don't know what I had going on, but everybody came to me with their problems. But I'm a fixer, so that really tore me up inside. So sometimes the person listening to your message, when you tell them you can't go anywhere with this, that's a lot for a kid to handle too. I'm just saying.
Sure. And that's what we want to be able to teach kids is to know, okay, there's secrets we keep and there's secrets we don't keep, right? And a secret we keep might be like, I sent a note and I went, Johnny to ask me out to the dance or something like that. I really have a crush on him. And then the secret we don't keep is when Sally says, if he doesn't ask me out and he asks out so-and-so, I'm just going to kill myself.
Right.
Right. So, and it's really not even being about being a teller, so to speak. It's about, okay, let's just talk to somebody. I know our advisor, so-and-so, is a good teacher and cares a lot. Let's just go talk to her. And then the advisors know, okay, when do we need to get parents involved? When do we need to see about getting professional help? Or is this just, what kids say sometimes when they get frustrated and they make comments that out of frustration, right?
Well, I have a child who's tried to commit suicide and a grandson who's tried on more than one occasion. So when somebody says that they are going to commit suicide, oftentimes they're not the ones who are going to do it. It's the ones who don't say anything. And I don't know how we get across to them that they need to talk to somebody. But this might be the answer to that.
Yeah, I think it's another tool, right?
Right.
And really so many times other kids do know. And if you see the signs, somebody does know, because generally somebody who is contemplating suicide, they've reached out in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not going to say it's 100% of the time, but it's really high. And other people have seen the signs, because
they've
when
changed.
Yeah, when something does happen, how many times do people come forward like, he said something to me and I dismissed it. Mm-hmm. Or I just, so instead of that, we open up this avenue. Now, suicide prevention isn't the sole goal of Hope Squad.
Right.
It is really about breaking down some stigma, making it okay to talk about these things, and instilling a positive mental health in the schools. So they do monthly activities that are designed towards improving mental health. So basically they work to make it, instead of it being nerdy and uncool, they make it like, hey, this is all right because, you've got different kids that are in the Hope Squad. It's not just the popular kids. It's kids that are kind, kids that listen, kids that everybody else likes. Like right.
Okay, you're cutting out really bad. You're cutting out really bad. Stand on your head while you talk to me.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
So it's really those kids that we know are those kind of leaders that are really kind to other students.
Yeah. Is this coming to all schools? Like every school in the area, or where is it going to be?
So right now what we did is back last fall, I wrote a grant to the Community Foundations of the Ozarks. They had a grant available for rural youth mental health.
Okay.
And so I wrote that, and ironically, Cape Public Schools also wrote and received the same grant.
Nice.
So this kind of grew out of our community behavioral needs assessment, and it stemmed initially in Perryville, where one of the teachers attended the listening session and said, I wish there was some kind of a peer-led initiative to improve mental health in our schools. I'd never heard of the Hope Squad.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before either. So originates in Perryville. It's going to be at Jackson Junior High, Jackson Elementary, Cape Central Junior, and Cape Central Academy. Due to time, I'm just pushing you along here because we don't have a lot of time. So
I could run on forever, but you have a show to do.
Yeah, and questions. So are they going to have like a class period where they can go? Is it after school, before school? How's this going to fit into the curriculum?
Yeah, and that's really for the school to decide. So every school is different, but some of them will do it during their advising hour. Some of them may do it during lunch hour. It's really going to be based uniquely upon how the school wants to make it work.
What is an advising hour? Is that like our study hall when we were kids?
Maybe.
Okay.
We might be showing our age, but I don't know what it is either.
I don't know what that means. But I guess it's an hour where they have free time to do homework or something. I don't know. We never got those.
I'm not real sure.
We had to go to classes for 7 hours straight, so we didn't have time. But somebody told me a secret about incestual behavior when I was in the 7th grade. And I didn't tell anybody because she told me not to. And it became a really huge problem for that family, including incarceration and the children being moved to Colorado with their grandparents. But I was 12, Kyle. I didn't know what to do with that information. So if somebody comes to you with something that big and you're like, gross, I mean, you don't know what to do with that because you're 12. So
exactly.
Is there some sort of guidance for the kids on what they're supposed to do with that info?
Yeah, absolutely. And the kids go through training. They are it's geared just like classes, right? So that there's a curriculum that the advisors go over, and they go over those things of what to do, who to go to. And initially, it's about going to the advisor when the kids learn about things like that, or somebody wants to hurt themselves, or even somebody's being bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand this. These kids may want to come out as gay. They may want to talk about a drug addiction. They may want to say, I'm cutting myself. They may want to say, I'm pregnant and I don't know what to do. They may want to say, I get beat up at home. They may want to tell you, God knows what they might be going through, because everybody's got something, but they don't know where to go with it. They don't know where to go.
Yeah, and so that's really what we're doing, is giving these kids an outlet and given the kids that, like you, when you see, you would have been probably in the Hope Squad when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Dawn.
I would have been the president. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, wouldn't it have been nice to know what to do when everybody comes to you with this information?
I still have all their secrets. I still have them.
Yeah.
I've never told a soul the things that I was told back when I was a kid because I know how to keep a secret. So,
Sure.
but some of these secrets are really bad and need to be told.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as one of those kids at that time, you would have known, okay, yeah, I know you don't want to tell anybody, but we can't make this better if we don't talk.
But they're embarrassed and they don't want people to know, but they're telling you because they trust you not to tell anybody. But when you enter the Hope Squad, there will be an understanding that this is where you go to make it stop, to get help.
Absolutely, or this is somebody I can talk to who's safe to talk to that won't judge me. And a lot of times it's just knowing, hey, this is one of our trusted leaders, and I can talk to him. And it may not be anything that's important. It could be I got my heart broken because Johnny didn't ask me to the dance.
Well, Johnny was a jerk, and you didn't want to go with him anyway. So there's
yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what I would say. You're too good for him anyway. All right. So, are these kids going to get some training?
Oh yeah, training lasts all year long. That's why it's done like during an advising hour sometime, and they have lesson plans that they learn, and they learn about positive mental health, coping skills, all these things that they learn, and they learn the things of what to go to an advisor about, what not to go to an advisor about. But really, it's about promoting positive mental health in this school.
Awesome. So when's it going to start?
Well, the school should be starting. We did the Hope Squad training for the advisors on Monday of this week.
Okay.
And we got a little bit more training to do with them of something that Community Counseling Center is going to provide for them. And the contracts are all signed. They'll start receiving all the curriculum. They can get into the Hope Line portal, the Hope Squad online portal, to be able to download their curriculum, and they can start here at the beginning of the school year, which I think one of the first things they do is educate their administrators, educate parents, and no kid is in the Hope Squad without a parent approval. Right?
Okay, good.
So
that was my next question.
Parents know about it.
Okay, awesome. And so they sign up, and then they can either talk or they can't talk. I mean, there's been something similar where the kids go talk about things that are going on in their families. But I know some parents that will tell their kids before they leave the house, don't you tell anybody about what happens in this house, or I'm going to beat the crap out of you when you get home. That's
Sure.
a lingering threat.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, there are families that act that way, and but that's a family also that needs help, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
childhood does, yeah.
Yeah, when certainly we don't get better by not talking about it.
Right. Well, I'm glad this is coming. I hope that it bears much fruit and we save, if nothing else, a few lives, whether it be an unborn child or a teen from suicide. Sadly, we're seeing suicides in even younger kids who are being bullied, who aren't even teenagers yet, which is shocking to me. But if I had $1 for every time somebody said they were going to kill themselves in junior high school, dude, I would be rich. Because everybody, it seemed to be a thing. Well, I'm going to kill myself. I took a bunch of aspirin. I slit my wrist. Everybody talked about it all the time. So we didn't take it seriously. But it's a little different nowadays than it was back then.
It is. I think there are pressures on our adolescents that are different than what we had growing up on.
Yeah, we were feral. Nobody cared about us. Nobody cared.
Yeah, in a way, we kind of were, because nobody could keep tabs on us, right?
Right.
We went out. Nobody knew where we were.
Ever.
We ran around the neighborhoods or did whatever we want and came home when we were told to be home so we could eat some supper. And we kind of just ran a little bit wild, but now kids are connected
dangerous
because of their phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's too dangerous out there right now. Well, to wrap it up, is there a place where somebody can get more information? Kyle, I've got about 30 seconds, not even.
Yeah, sure. Anybody who wants to know more about the Hope Squad can just go to hopesquad.com, and they can learn more information about it. And we hope that the schools that are doing it this year will help us get it into more schools next year.
Community Counseling Center, licensed professional counselor Kyle Schott. Thank you, sir, for your time. Great program.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fawn.
Bye-bye.